A buried structure is detected beneath dense jungle. No boots, no excavation, no human eye scanning the horizon. A model found it. Satellite data, LIDAR returns, pattern recognition. The discovery wasn't made by an explorer, it was made by a system. Before any archaeologist stepped on site, before any dig began, before anyone brushed soil from stone, the machine had already mapped it. If discovery happens before a human arrives, then humans are no longer the discoverers. They're the second step. That's the shift. Not when AI became useful, when it became the one that finds first. There was a time when discovery meant risk. You traveled, you climbed, you scanned the ground with your own eyes. If something was found, it was because someone went there. An archaeologist walking a ridge, a geologist hiking across unstable terrain, a survey team marking anomalies by hand. Discovery required presence. Maps had blank spaces, white gaps marked unknown, and filling those gaps meant someone physically going there. Risking weather, terrain, funding failure, and sometimes coming back with nothing. You had to stand in the place, feel the terrain, notice what didn't belong. A shadow where no shadow should be. A rise in the earth that didn't follow the landscape. A stone that didn't match the geology. The human body was part of the process. Fatigue in your legs, instinct about the terrain, curiosity about the anomaly. And when something was uncovered, the story began with a person. They found it. That mattered, because discovery gave authority. Whoever discovered something shaped how it was interpreted. Whoever found something got to decide what it meant. Now open a lab screen. Satellite imagery fills a monitor. LIDAR scans strip away vegetation digitally. Subsurface radar maps density variations underground. Machine learning models scan millions of square kilometers. They look for patterns no human could hold in memory. Tiny geometric inconsistencies, statistical irregularities in soil composition, structural outlines hidden beneath jungle canopy. In 2018, LIDAR scanning over Guatemala revealed tens of thousands of previously unknown Mayan structures beneath dense forest. Not because someone saw them first, but because software filtered the landscape. The jungle wasn't explored, it was processed. Rows of raw terrain data run through servers overnight. Patterns surface that no human eye could ever notice. A ridge aligns, a rectangle appears. The anomaly isn't spotted, it's computed. That's the difference. Discovery moves from physical exploration to computational detection. Humans didn't get worse, the world just got too large for human eyes. You can't manually scan continental satellite data. You can't visually compare millions of terrain variations, but a system can. And when it does, it doesn't suspect. It flags. Probability score, high. Geometric match, consistent. Anomaly detected. By the time a team arrives on site, the model has already decided something is there. The human role shifts from explorer to confirmer. That sounds subtle. It isn't. The threshold moment isn't when models assist, it's when the headline changes. AI discovers hidden city, not team discovers. The language shifts because the sequence shifts. The system scans first, humans investigate second. Imagine a geophysical model analyzing seismic reflection data and identifying a buried fault line or mineral deposit before any survey team sees the terrain. Engineers drill based on model prediction. Archaeologists dig based on model probability. The machine didn't hold a shovel, but it made the call, and whoever makes the call frames the story. Funding decisions follow the flag. Research teams mobilize where probability is highest. What gets explored next is no longer guided by instinct, but by confidence intervals. And that changes authority, because whoever finds first, frames first. When systems identify what exists before humans encounter it, authority begins shifting from interpretation to validation. Scientists still analyze, experts still debate. But the first act of discovery, the moment of "there it is," belongs to the system. And once that happens often enough, expertise reorganizes around it. You don't start by asking, "What do we see?" You start by asking, "What did the model flag?" And that changes who's leading. Because framing guides funding, it guides media attention, it guides which sites are excavated and which are ignored. Discovery becomes model-led. Humans follow. Nothing dramatic collapses. Researchers still travel, teams still excavate, scientists still publish. But the origin point shifts. Instead of, "I found something," it becomes, "The system identified something." That affects more than ego. It affects narrative. If discovery belongs to detection systems, expert authority becomes secondary. The system sees first. The human verifies. Verification is important. But it's reactive. It responds to something already identified. The spark, the first moment of "there's something here," now happens inside a model. The role of the human shifts from discoverer to supervisor of machine-led insight. Over time, young researchers train differently. They learn to interpret output, to refine model parameters, to adjust confidence thresholds. Field intuition matters, but computational literacy matters more. Discovery stops being about who can reach the site. It becomes about who controls the model, because control of discovery is control of narrative. It becomes about who can run the system. That's the authority shift. Not that humans disappear, but that the first moment of knowing, the breakthrough, increasingly belongs to something non-human. If we are no longer the ones who uncover the unknown, what does exploration mean? Are we explorers or operators? When discovery belongs to systems, ownership of knowledge changes with it. And once that shift stabilizes, we don't just explore the world differently. We start to feel different inside the story of it. If the system sees first, who really discovered it? If this made you pause, that's because it changes more than archaeology. It changes who gets to say, "We found this." Tap like if this helped you see how discovery itself is shifting. Subscribe to become part of The Unlocked, where we examine how intelligence, power, and systems quietly reshape what it means to be human. And if someone you know still believes AI is just a tool, share this with them. Because the future isn't coming, it's already here.